We're all set up for the evening deer hunt. Just sitting in some grass right now with a big bean field in front of me. There's a pond over here that kind of keep them from cutting around that side of me. The only thing I'm worried about is there is a deer trail like right on there, right there. So hopefully you guys can hear me. I'll try to turn the volume up when I edit. But I can see a long way every direction, so yeah. We got the old trusty Thompson Center today. She's old. She needs a complete overhaul. Killed a lot of deer with this gun. What's funny is, about 10 years ago I got it for 25 bucks. So, we'll see what happens. I got pretty good shooting lanes right down here. Like I said, if they come into this bowl, they're within 150 yards. Pretty confident out to 200. But we got about 3.5 hours of daylight. So this is a pretty good spot. In the history it is. There's a nice big willow thicket up in front there that they like to bed in. Might do some grunting, see if I can't get them up. Because they're still breeding and fighting this time of year. So, at least cover up my noise, make them think that there's another deer in the area just moving around. Just gonna let things calm down. I'm gonna get quiet here. I parked the bike about 100 yards up that way. Wasn't sure where I was gonna end up. They're calling for a northeast wind, which would be blowing it back out into this bean field, but it's kind of straight north and straight like north-northwest-ish. So which is fine, it's dumping it right into that pond behind me. So, I travel pretty light today. Usually when I'm gun hunting and it's cold outside, you can wear all your gear in. I'm only going to hunt until the rain really comes in. I'm not wearing enough layers to stay dry. But I'm anticipating most of the deer. There's a little grassy lane between these two fields over here. I'm anticipating there's a lot of deer sign going up. There's like a crossover into this field. And there's a lot of trails that come right through this gap right here. So I did cut 1 or 2 nice buck tracks. But we'll see what happens. It's already starting to sprinkle a little bit. But we're going to get quiet, give it about a half an hour, and then I'm going to do a couple grunts just to see. We're gonna try to cover up the gun a little bit just to keep the water out of it. So, alright guys, I'll keep you posted if anything exciting happens. Okay guys, a little update. I know I'm not expecting anything till probably the last hour. But, so like I said, the winds are blowing this way. And I'm hunting kind of. I'm anticipating the deer kind of working with their nose to the wind, but 200 yards away from me. Where my scent cone should be blowing straight this way. And the deer should be coming from over there, 200 yards, and working their way out this way. But I don't know how. It is public land, and I understand everybody gets a chance to get out here, but I'm interested to see. But I ended up running into having a guy trying to sneak down where I'm at. I heard something up in front of me because I can't see anything that way. So I just stood up and caught him cutting across the bean field up north and east of me, or north and west. You see the geese behind me? I don't know if you guys can or not. But at any rate, so I don't know what his game plan is. So he ended up cutting. There's a creek over here about 400 yards, maybe 300 yards. And he cut in this, there's a division in the fields. There's a bean field here and a bean field up there. He cut halfway through that bean field and went all the way into the creek line. I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know if he's gonna try to get downwind of me, or if he's gonna hit that creek line, cross it, or try to go up and hunt that north bean field. I'm kind of nervous he's gonna come down this way. Because if he comes down this way, then he's gonna be shooting my direction. And the area I was expecting most of the deer to come from is right here. I was kind of expecting him to come out of this corner here, and when he cut across that field, the winds were blowing right into that bedding area, or at least where I thought the deer were going to be bedded at. But they could be bedded anywhere along this creek line. It's pretty thick back there. So we're going to see what happens. So yeah, we're going to see what happens the rest of the night. I mean, if anything between us is going to come out down this way, because they're going to go away from where his scent is if he stayed up there. Because like I said, the winds are north. They're supposed to be northeast, but I think they're switching northeast, northwest. Now to lay it out, I got bean field here, and up and over the levee behind me to my east is a cornfield. And I think what those deer are doing are using this as a transition area, so they'll kind of slowly feed their way through, and then they'll jump up and over and get into that cornfield. That's just an educated guess. That's what they've done in the past. They either do it here, or they do it about 400 yards farther down, south of me. So, but I don't know how long. Seeing this guy, nobody ever usually hunts back this far. So seeing that guy back here has got me kind of second guessing myself, because you don't know what he's done to the deer herd that's usually back in here. because normally they don't get bothered back in here. Trying to stay as low as I can because this cover is just about as tall as my head is right now. So if I could stay low and just look through the grass, I might be good. But if that guy walked all the way from where I parked my truck at back here, all the more power to him. That's about a 2-mile walk. Like I said, with my leg in Iowa, I'm allowed to use my electric bike. So and that's something for you guys if you're out hunting and you see something like that. Like, you're like, oh hell, I've walked all the way back in here and some guy comes flying by on a bike. You don't know their situation. Hell, a lot of places I could drive my truck right to my deer stand. I could hunt out of my truck, I think. I'd have to read into the inventory permit, but I think I could drive my truck right in the middle of a piece of public land and sit in and hunt. Use it as a mobile ground blind. But I try to have enough respect to where that's why I got the electric bike. So I'm not interfering with people. Yeah, they get pissed off that I'm riding my bike through here, right past them, but it is what it is. I gotta be able to hunt too. Trust me, I've made the same hike. I did it back right after the floods down in here, and this was all nothing but like cucumber vine. I don't know what it's really called, but it was horrendous walking through. I'm in pretty good shape, and I was in even better shape. But that walk wore me out, so again, that was before this was a bean field. Now it wouldn't be so bad. I don't know, are you guys mostly all trappers, or you enjoy this? Just hanging out? Thinking the guy north of me, because of the rain, it's raining pretty good. I'm soaked. I'm thinking he's leaving the woods and that's what's pushing the deer this way. Sometimes you just gotta have that staying game. That was a big adult doe. She was super killable. I think she was at 100 yards. thing. My phone's kind of waterproof. It would have been nice if that was the big one. My binos are pretty much shit right now. I gave up an extra hat to put on my scope and my primer. This isn't the kind of weather you shoot a doe in. This is a buck or bust kind of situation, being so far from the truck. And it's raining. I hope you guys can hear this after I edit it. I can adjust the volume of the video. What would you guys do? Been here since 2 o'clock. I'm soaked. And I got about 45 minutes to an hour. Would you stick it out? I will. There's always hot chocolate and a warm shower waiting for me at home. I'm already soaked, so leaving now isn't going to help me dry off. I just hope whatever I shoot I drop in his tracks. If I get a shot. see you soon.